Hey everybody, it's me Armand, and I'm in Joshua Park. And this episode is about plants. I know you're probably thinking, oh, not plants, all they do is just sit there and do nothing. Well, I'm here to prove you're completely wrong. There are a couple of plants that are exceptional. They have fascinating abilities, and we are going to investigate them. A crucial part of a plant is pollination, and a lot of plants will pollinate, including the rich ear honeybush. But sometimes the climate presents it to be way too cold, so they close their buds for heat insulation. But yeah, it kind of like prevents them from reproducing. There's a bird called the black currawong who breaks open those petals so they can reproduce, but the rich-ear honeybush eventually dies. One plant all the way in the tropics, though, has an incredibly clever strategy. It's called the heliconia. Its pollinator is the hummingbird, and it actually enslaves it by not giving enough, so this hummingbird will always have to come back and back and depend on that specific heliconia. Pretty clever. Some plants are actually in war relationship. One example is the sandhill milkweed. Their relationship is with the monarch butterfly. Then when the monarch butterflies, usually they'll eat the milkweed, but then sometimes they reproduce instead of pollinating the seeds. And their children, they eat the leaves, and this secretes a special liquid that traps the caterpillar and suffocates it. Pretty creepy. There are even predatory plants, such as the sundew. It's called that because of small drops of dew located on the plant, and they reflect in the sun, but they have a malicious purpose that actually benefits us, because I'm pretty sure all of us hate mosquitoes. So baby mosquitoes, when they rise from the water, the sundew is waiting. It gets trapped in those bulbs and its insides are sucked in. Ugh, pretty gross, right? And an even more sophisticated plant is next. Enter the Venus flytrap. The Venus flytrap is incredibly famous for it's a carnivorous plant. Basically, it has 3 sensors and some dew and nectar. So when a plant comes in, it sucks up the nectar, but since the sensors are so close, they usually tap the sensors and the jaws snap shut instantly. Only the incredibly small or the incredibly big flies escape. It's a very low chance. But when 1 year, they need to pollinate. So the plants are actually allowed to take the nectar and are allowed to take the nectar. Next year, that was the only year for reproduction and pollination. Now it's back to business. Chomp, chomp, and even more chomp. Come to our final, the trees. Some trees provide extra shade, like all the way in the coast of Arabia. And when water falls, they collect that water through roots embedded in the shade. And another, called the red mangrove, when sometimes it's submerged in water, its roots salty water when the tide comes in. But luckily, they have roots that suck in oxygen in the beginning and store it. And sometimes they'll even extract it from the seawater. Cool, right? I hope you like this video. Subscribe to my channel, send a like, and in the comments below. Make sure. Bye. Here in cactuses, I have an extra part about cacti. That's the plural form of their name. Cacti, they'll actually at night, a special type of cacti will bloom and it will be pollinated. But then, and even like by fruit bats and other animals, but then it'll contract and it'll reappear the next night. The main component of the plants, which are cactuses, are their spines. If the spine touches you, they have these tiny little suckers that will embed into your skin and will cause extreme pain. And you're only increasing the risk of bacterial infection and danger, like more pain, by yanking it out, because then it's burrowed deeper and it's like psych. Yeah, pretty painful. So the proper way to do it is you use a special object, like a cactus tweezer. You grab the cactus and you just like, and you gently pull it out, not brashly and forcefully. Anyways, as I said, subscribe to my channel. Make sure to send a like. Send in the comments below. Send out what you think in the comments below, and see you later.